run this computer. And can you see my screen?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh,
So, okay. Last time we were doing to-do list in which we were having some problems with the program. If you remember, it was about the while loop. In the while loop, like it's going on forever, like for infinity. So we had some problems with our indentation. So if you correct this indentation now and see if that works. Yeah.
I'm just doing the last one.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you run the program, is it working?
Well, I added something to the list, but it's not displaying.
Okay, so the code should be while true, and it's asking for the input. And the second line is choice is input. Please select an option. And the next one is processing the input. So it should be just below the choice. So if choice should be just properly indented with choice.
It says it's something wrong in the print section and the function define bit up the top.
Print function, print option, is it?
It's just DEF display, that bit there.
Okay, so it's about defining. So DEF display. Yeah. So we've got display list and print. Here is your list.
And for iron range, that bit below it where it says print.
Okay, I'll just run it myself and see what happens. So please select an option. Which one do you want to go for?
Add something.
Okay, so we'll just say 1. Okay, so we are going to add to our list. I'm going to add the oranges. Yep. Oranges have been added. Now we select an option again.
Yeah.
Yep, so it would be add. And we add bananas. Now we are going to display. So it would be option 3. Yep, there you go.
Mine comes up differently.
Okay, so you've got a problem with your display, is it?
Yeah.
So what does it say when you display it?
Trace back, display to-do list, line 28 in display, print.
So it's the first thing that you've done is DEF display list. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then print, here is your list.
Yeah.
And then
underneath for iron range, that bit there.
Yeah, so the for I in range, the range will be 0 because it needs to have a range. So you have to put 0, comma.
It said list index out of range.
So what did you have? What do you have it in there? For I in range?
Yeah, I think I might need to add that 0.
Yes, you have to add that 0. Yeah, because it needs a range.
Do I need another bracket next to O 0?
No, it should be 0, not O, and it bracket starts 0, comma, length of the list, and then this list, the list method closes, and the whole bracket closes.
Yeah.
It should work now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That works.
all good. That works. That's good. Good to hear. Now we are going to quickly move over to the dictionaries because we've got lots of things to do this session. We've got dictionaries and files, so we have to be moving quickly. Okay, so I've got the programs pre-made. What we can do is I am going to explain the programs and you are going to do it on your side as well, like side by side. I will be explaining and you are going to do it. So it's not doing it together this week. It would be you doing it on your side. And you can check for any questions if you've got. Okay, so dictionaries. Okay, so dictionaries. First, we will do a quick revision of list. So a dictionary is a new data structure. I should not have that, a quick revision of list. That's all right. A dictionary is a new data structure that's a bit like a list. So it's somewhat like a list. Instead of having indexes like list, dictionaries have got keys and the definition of the keys. Okay. So for example, we've got here students is Frank. And 7 is a key. Frank is a key, and 7 is the definition of the key.
Yeah.
If you can grab a pen and a paper so that you can quickly write it down, so you don't forget later.
Yep. I'll just grab a piece of paper.
That would be great. Yeah, so we've got students as variable, which is Frank. Frank is the key and 7 is the definition of the key. So you can write this as an example, and I'm going to quickly flip through all the pages because we really need to run quickly. And if you've got any questions in between, you can always ask me, not a problem. Okay? And just the main points, so you don't have to copy the whole thing. Students is Frank, 7. Am I good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So we've got students as Frank, 7. So Frank, what's the age? 7.
7.
Jill, what's the age? 8. Jane, 5. Okay, now if you want to see how old Jill is, what I'm going to type is students, Jill. It will give you an answer, 8.
Yeah, so it's like a variable.
Yeah, so it's like a list, just like you define a list. It's somewhat same, but you've got like you've got the definition for the keys. So you've got, okay, so Jack is 11. Jill is 8. So what's the age of Jill? So we'll have student Jill, and the answer is 8. What's the age of Jack? So we've got students Jack, and the age is 12. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can use dictionaries. A restaurant could use one to store menu items and prices. So menu is a variable which has got burrito, which is $7, pizza $8, pie $5. You could also use it as a translator. So we say Spanish, hello is hola, goodbye, adios, health, ayuda. And a multiplayer game, we could use a dictionary to keep the multiple scores. So score could be, and please make sure about the brackets. These are the curly brackets.
Yeah.
Okay. So player 1 is 1,000. Did you feel like there's something different? The players, this is in string, this is a string, and this is a
integer.
Yeah. So player 1 has scored multiple goals, and the 1,000 is the goal, or 200 is the goal, or 400 is the goal. Now we can use 1 to store a ladder for the sports league. Broncos in a string, 8 in a integer. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we are going to do a trivia game. So I've already done one for you. Okay. So what you can do is I can explain you. You can do it on your side, and then we are good to go for the next one, files. Okay, because files is one of the most important topic, and I really do not want you to miss out on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
So So for what is a trivia game? Do you have
like
an
a
idea?
quiz?
Like a quiz. Yes, exactly. It's like a quiz. So this is a basic trivia game. We can add more questions to it. We can have other questions like which one of these is not a programming language, or which one. This one has got what is the capital of France, and we've got the options, and we can come up with other quizzes as well. It can be your week 8 project. If you want, if you're really inclined to do this, then it can be one of your week 8 project, because it looks interesting. And now that's a reminder for you to work on your week 8 project as well.
When is it due by?
It would be next week. So we'll do a bit of lesson for half an hour, and then we can discuss about the game or a quiz that you make.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do it that way. Yeah. Or if you want me to do it with you, we can do that. It just totally depends on you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So first thing first, we will be setting up a dictionary. The questions are stored as a key and the answers as definition. Okay. So we've got the curly brackets right here. Starting the question, what is the capital of France? And then we've got a semicolon and another bracket starts. So we've got the answers, right? The options. I would not say the answers, the options right here. So the first option is Nice. Second is Luxembourg. C is Paris. D, baguette. And what is this for?
Because it's like a list, and you've got to add, like it starts at 0.
It starts with 0, but why do I have a C here? Can you tell me? No, it's because it's the correct
answer. Yeah.
Okay. So first we are going to start with the introduction. So we are going to print welcome to trivia. So, and the next code tells us the iteration that's going through each question. So here question is the variable. Okay. So for question, this is the iteration. For question in question dictionary. So this is the dictionary, print question. Okay. And we have got, we've got A, B, C, and D's in strings so that we recognize the correct answer. Okay, just like point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like multiple choice questions. So we just want to recognize these. That's why we've got A, B, C, and D in strings. And the C is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Okay? So for option in question dictionary, the question. So this code, it iterates through each question. Now this code below is for printing the correct answer. Now here length function is used for filtering the correct answer. So we've used if length, the option is not 1, print T plus option. So it's just about filtering the correct answer, which is T.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the code below asks the user for input, which should be from the options above. So we are going to ask for the option input is always a. Input is always a.
I think it's like a. It's not a. Is it a function?
Input will always be. In this case, it would be your answer, like A, B, C, or D.
Yeah.
Yep. So in this case, it's a string that we are asking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we are going to check the correct answer using the code below. So if answer is question dictionary question, the argument here is question 4. Why do we have 4 here, Jack?
Because there are 4 like different questions, like answers that could be like words, sort of thing.
So we are checking for the correct answer. We are checking for the correct answer. So why? Where do we find the correct answer? Where do we find the correct answer? If this is a list, where do we find, or in what spot we will find the correct answer? In which index? You can just look here. 0, 1.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. It's
4.
2.
4.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got the correct answer at the end. So it's just a letter that we are using here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the length. That's the length. We have got the length option 1. So that's a letter 1.
Okay.
That's one letter. Yeah. So if answer is question dictionary question 4, so we've got 4th index. We are going to print correct. Else we are going to print not quite. We are not right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to run this and we'll see how it goes. Yeah. So welcome to trivia. What is the capital of France? We've got these in strings A, B, C, and D. Yeah. And C is the correct answer. And we've got that on the 4th index, starting from 0. Okay. So if we write A, it says not quite. Okay. What happens if we say what happens if we say C? Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All good. I would recommend you doing it at your side, because I really want you to. Yeah. Do you want to do it or?
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Yeah. So. We start with questions ticked. So that's the dictionary. That's the question. We have to do this really quickly because we have to jump onto files.
Yeah.
And we can come up with other questions as well. So we can say like, okay, so what's the third planet from the sun? What's the name of the Queen of England? Or who is the biggest animal? Who is the tallest animal? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can put more questions. So have you got this one? Questions is, what is the capital of France? Do you want to share your screen so that I can see, like, if you are not doing it wrong, so that if we fix it if you're doing wrong anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can share your desktop with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got Luxembourg, and yep, and C, open, yep. C, Paris, comma, and make sure you put a comma in between the options.
Yeah.
Comma. D, and C, the last one, your correct answer. And as I said, you have to always make sure you've got curly brackets on for dictionary.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, curly bracket.
So curly brackets.
Yeah.
Not for this one. Not for this one. When you open your dictionary, like when you start writing, what is the capital of France? You have to start with the curly brackets.
Yeah.
A curly bracket. Yep. You know what I'm trying to say?
Like.
When you start with what is the capital of France, it should start with a curly bracket.
Yeah.
Not this bracket.
Oh. So.
Yeah. Curly.
That.
No.
Like that.
Yeah. And closing curly bracket.
Here.
No, at the end. And the one you've got for answers, you have to have your definition in the other brackets, the squared ones. Yep. And you have to close that one. Yep. Is it correct? Yes. Yep. Good. That's good. Now the next would be your introduction to the game. So you have to print. The next line would be about printing. Welcome to trivia. Yep. Yep. The next one is you have to check for the loop, for loop. You have to use the loop for question in question dictionary. So for question, so you're checking the question. Question dictionary. So make sure you've got the same spelling for question dictionary. And semicolon. No, questions. Yeah. And semicolon. Yep. And the next line would be printing the question. Printing question. So printing, and the argument is question. The argument. No, without the brackets. Without the speech marks.
Do I have to write dictionary next to it?
No, just the question, because we are printing question, not the dictionary.
Yeah.
So it's asking for the question. What is the capital of France? The next one is for options. So we are looking for the options. Next line.
Yep.
Just under print for.
Still indented or out?
No, for. We are using for loop. So it's, yes, indentation. It would be just below print.
Sorry, there or there.
For, yep. For option. Now we are going to use the loop for option. So we are checking the whole definition. The option in question. In question dictionary, questions dictionary, bracket, question, bracket.
Like, just like that.
For option in question dictionary, bracket, question. So it's not yet finished. There is no semicolon after question dictionaries. We are going to iterate for question.
Yeah.
Yep, bracket close. And the next line would be the length. And checking your loop. If length, next line, if.
Do I need a semicolon?
Yes.
For.
We are checking, so we need to use if. If length, L-E-N, just L-E-N, bracket, option. So we're looking for the options. Bracket close. Is not equal to 1. That is not, no, not this. When you say is not, is equal to. Equal to and an exclamation mark.
Like that?
Equal. After option, it's equal. Exclamation mark.
Oh, it's a question.
1. If length option not equal 1, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. So we have to write exclamation mark equal 1. Is not equal 1. That's exclamation mark equal 1.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And what do you use a semicolon?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Next line is printing the option. So it would be printing, print, / backward slash, sorry, T. And close the speech marks. Plus, no, plus option. So we need to add the option, plus option.
Like that.
Plus option. Write down option and bracket close. Okay. Now we are asking for the answer. So the next line would be asking for the answer. The input would the answer equal to input. What input your answer? Answer.
So this
Answer equal variable. Answer equal input. What are we asking? Bracket.
What is the capital of France?
We are asking what is the capital of France, but before that we are going to we are going to ask the user, isn't it, that you need to give us the option. What's the option? So we will ask input your answer.
Yeah.
Yes, we've done that. We are asking for the input. So input your answer.
Right.
These are the questions that are going to get displayed. So what is the capital of France? A, Nice, Luxembourg, Paris, Baguette. So what answer, this is the way you're going to input the answer. So it would be input your answer. That's what you're going to ask. Then the person is going to write down C, D, B, or A. So you will write input your answer. Yep. And the next line is, if answer is, because we are checking for the right answer, we are trying to filter. We are trying to say, look at the answer. Where are we going to print the answer? So if A, B, C, D, and the last one C. Okay. So we'll say if answer is equal, double equals, question dict, that's the dictionary. If answer is dictionary, questions dict, the same way, yes. Square bracket, question, closes, and square bracket, we have to look through the index. So the index here tells us the answer is at what index? 4.
Yeah.
4. Yep, semicolon. Next, print correct. Yeah. What happens if it's not correct? If it's not on
Print incorrect.
Yeah, we can print incorrect. Else. So if else, semicolon, print incorrect. Understood, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would recommend you remove the indentation for answer equal input your answer, because we do not want it. Remove the indentation. That means I want it below 4. Just
what's this?
minus 4. No, the answer is equal input. 1, 2, 3. 7th line. 8th line, sorry. 1.
This one?
Yeah, now answer. The next. Yes, this one.
Where do you want me to put the semicolon?
Backward.
Backward.
Yeah, back. So if you take it a bit back, remove the indentations. I want it to move, yes.
There.
Yeah, a bit more. Yes. And if the next line also underneath answer. Yeah. So we've got print, we've got else underneath if. Good. Yes. Now run this. What does it say? So this is a trivia. Okay. Questions. Indentation. Yes. Welcome to trivia.
I know what it is. It's
For print, for if is right, print answer come is okay. So welcome to trivia, and we say for question in question dictionary and question, print question, and fifth line, the fifth line question should be in the square bracket. No, not this one, not this one. Fifth line from above.
Yeah, this is the fifth
No,
one.
not this one. Just below print question, you've got for option in question dictionary. Question, this question should be in square brackets. Not this one. Yes, this one. This should be in the square brackets. No, Jack. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, see how important indentations and these brackets are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says for option in question this is not, there's a syntax error. Yeah. So that means it should be in a square bracket. And take care of the curly and squares and these brackets. Okay.
Yeah.
So I am going to share my screen because we need to really move forward to our next thing, which is files. Okay, so I'm going to share my desktop. Yeah. So we finished with dictionaries and files. Now, why we need to write for files? Up to now, every program we have made loses its data, which is sad all of the time. When I close, I lose my data. Okay. So when it's been closed, for example, once the to-do list project is closed, the list was lost. Files allow us to save data for later. This means we can close a program and not lose our progress. Okay? Imagine playing a game where you could never save your progress. Think of that. What will happen if you're playing a game and you could never save your progress? Minecraft uses files to save the world the player builds. Pokemon uses files to save where the player is and what Pokemon they have. Yeah. So we really need files, and this is one of the most important topics we need to do today, so that we do not lose our data. Whenever we make a project or a program, we always have our data intact.
Yeah.
Opening or creating a file, I would really like you to, whatever I say is important, please write that down so that you've got it in your memory and in your diary, that how we are going to open a create a file, how are we going to write, how are we going to read and append.
Yeah.
we opening or creating a file. We bring a file into a project and store it like a variable. So it's just the same as a variable. To do this, we use the open method. Okay.
Yeah.
The open method takes 2 arguments. You have to write this. Open method takes 2 arguments, and the arguments are the name of the file and the mode it will be opened in. So you can just write down open method takes 2 arguments. First, name of the file, second, mode. Then there are 3 modes we will use to open a file. The first mode is reading mode. You must have seen when you open a read-only file or a Microsoft document, sometimes it says it's just read-only.
Yeah.
You've seen that? And most of the time it's writing and appending.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are 3 modes we will use to open a file: read, write, and append. So we've got read R, write W, and append A. To set the mode, we put the second argument as the corresponding letter. Both the arguments are strings. Just make sure that the arguments are strings and need quotation marks.
Yeah.
So they should have speech marks or quotation marks, as we say. So both of these arguments, they are strings. So what is the first one? What's the first argument?
A string.
Yeah, that's a string, but what is it?
It's
the name of the file.
Yeah.
Okay, and the second one is in what mode are we going to open? So we've got the quotation mark, name of the file, comma, what mode are we going to use it in?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the way we write down the arguments for a file. Okay, so the main method that we use, what's the method that we use? What's the method?
Method is 2 arguments to choose the name of the file.
Method is open.
Yeah.
And the argument or the parameters are the name of the file and what mode it will be opened in.
Yeah.
What's the mode here? What mode are we going to open?
Read.
Read. Good. If a file of the given name does not exist in the same folder as the project, Python will create a new empty file with the same name. If you do not have the file with the same name, Python is going to create an empty file.
Yeah.
Okay? So that writing to a file. Next important thing. Open in writing mode using W. That's for writing mode. So we've got file equal open. We've got open method, name of the file, and the mode as W.
Yeah.
Use the write method to write to a file. So file, write, hello. So that was the open method, and now this is the writing method. So how are we going to write to a file? File.write hello. Do you want to write down open and writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can write down file is open, file name, and write method, write mode. That's the first thing about writing to a file. So the first thing we do is open, and the second thing we do is writing.
Yeah.
So file.write hello. The third one is using the write method is only written to the file once. So just take care of this thing.
Yeah.
So using the write method is only written to the file once. It is closed using the close method.
Yeah.
Okay, so file.close, we've got the close method, so it's only written to the file once.
Yeah.
Do you think we can use it in any of the functions?
No.
We use the write method. We say we are using the write method is only written to the file once it is closed. Once it is closed, we can only write it once.
Yeah.
So if we want to clear it, if we want to use the clear function, this is an important line.
Yeah.
Okay. Be careful using open in write mode on a file that already exists because it's going to clear its contents.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will be doing a project same as to-do list, but in this project, what we are going to do is we are going to create a file so that we do not lose our work. We do not lose our progress. So this is very important because it will be used in defining the clear function.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will learn about it in a few minutes. The next is appending to a file. We can append to a file using the append mode, which is A, file equal open, name of the file, and A. That's the mode. So we can write. Appending to a file is similar to appending to a list. It will add the string onto the end of the file. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's different from inserting. When opening a file, you can realize I've written some things in red. That means they are really very important. When opening a file in append mode, the file will not be cleared like in write mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, if we are opening in write mode, the file that already exists will clear its content. But if we open it in append mode, the file will not be cleared.
Yeah.
Because we are adding. We still use the write method to append to a file. Just make sure it's in the write mode. Always make sure it's in the write mode. So we've got file.write hello. Again, we need to use the close method to close the file.
Yeah.
Okay. Reading from a file. Reading obviously has got, what mode are we going to use?
The read.
R. To read from a file, we place it in the read mode. That's R. File is open. File text, R. So that's the mode. Now we can use the read method to read from our file. File.read. The contents is displayed as a string all of the time. We can save it to the variable as well if needed. Contents is file read. Okay? Okay. So we've got this shopping list program. I don't think we will be able to complete this today, but yes, we will do as much as we can. And I would really recommend if you can work on this during the week. The next week we are going to progress with the same, and the next thing that comes up.
What week is it now?
We are going to do the shopping list program. So we're going to start this. It's just same as to-do list program. I think we've got 10 more minutes to work on this. Yes?
Yeah.
Yep. So, I've made things easier for ourselves. So I've already got this shopping list program. I would like you to start copying that program, and I'm going to explain it to you simultaneously.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is defining. That's the introduction of the program. That's print hello, welcome to the shopping list. How can I help you today? And add something, the same thing that we did for to-do list. So it's just the same thing that we are going to do again, but the only difference is we are going to define what? What's the difference?
Defining the function.
Which function? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing the shopping list program? We've already done the same thing before, to-do list program. What's the difference?
It's so we can use the file.
Yes, we are going to create this as a file so that we can use it later.
Yeah.
So instead of losing our work all of the time, this program help us to keep our file saved.
Yeah.
Or our whatever we add or delete, it will be saved.
Yeah.
Yeah. So defining the insert function. Defining insert. So inserting, that's the code for defining the insert function. Open the list and assign it to variable. For adding, we have used append mode. So shopping list is open. That's the open method. And we've got the name of the file, which is shoppinglist.txt. And the method, the mode we are using is, what's the mode?
Is it append?
Yeah, it's append. So this is the mode, append, and we are going to open the list and assign it to a variable, shopping list.
Do I open up the other shopping list one?
Yeah, you can do that. If you yes, we can do that. If you want to add the same things to your to-do list, yeah, that's a clever idea. We can add our file, the file code in there so that we are able to save our to-do list program. Yeah, have you got the insert function already defined in there? I think we've got that.
No, we don't.
Or we've got add. Okay, so now the next code says to add is input. What would you like to add? So it asks the user what they really need to add. We will store the input in the variable and append this variable to the shopping list file.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we are going to append this variable to the shopping list file. Okay, so the file name, shopping list. Okay, the file name dot write to add and this n / n.
So for like shopping list equals open up the top, do we just write the file name, whatever we've called it?
Which one are you talking about?
Shopping list. But if you've called it something different, do you write that instead?
Yeah. You've already got your variable. What variable have you got?
Well, I've called it. I think it's shopping list.
Shopping list?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that will work. So we'll say shopping list is equal open shopping list.txt. So we are going to have you got shopping list or have you got to-do list? I think it should be to-do list.
I think that my file name for it is like Code Kids Game 5 or something.
Okay, so you're talking about to-do list here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we move on to the next thing. So we are going to add. Adding is a variable and input is what would you like to add. So in this, we need to get it written down. Yes, we need to write. So shopping list dot write to add plus the carriage return. Now the next one would be print, that informs the user that the file was successfully added. So this code helps us recognizing telling the user that the file was successfully added. Okay, just there. Defining the display function. So we've got the display function just as we've defined the insert function. We're going to define the display function if we have to display our shopping list. So we've got the second option, display your shopping list. Yes, so we need to define the display function. So we are going to open the file in the read mode because we just need to display it. We are not writing, amending. Yes, we are not amending because amending is for insert, but for display we are just reading. Yeah, just make that clear that for display it would be always right, because obviously for display we do not want to write anything. So print, here is your list. Print shopping list read. So it would be in the reading format. The next is clearing the function. As I've told you already, first we about the write function. So just listen to this carefully. We should always make sure to ask before clearing, just like to-do list. Just we've done for to-do list, and every program that we make, we need to make sure that we ask the user that, are you sure you want to empty the list, or are you sure you want to delete this? Yes, does that make sense? Yeah, so we have to always make sure to ask before clearing. So check equal input, are you sure you want to empty the list? Yes or no, Y and N. If check is Y, that means yes. If we say we really need to empty the list, shopping list is open. Why do we have this here?
What was it? I can't say it because you're not.
W. Why do we have the write mode? Because once the file is closed and when it's reopened, it clears. So write function clears it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember we did it for the PowerPoint? I had it with the red points on it. Make sure you remember this. So that's why we've got W, because we want to clear. Whenever we are asking for this code, we need to clear the list. Yeah. Shopping list close. After that, we are closing it. When we open it, everything will be cleared.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this will be the introduction of the program. Print hello, welcome to your shopping list. How can I help you? And add something to your shopping list. Display your list, clear, and quit. The last bit, we've done that before, is about programming the menu. Just like the to-do list program, our menu will ask for input and then use if statement for checking the inputs. While true, choice is input. Please select an option. If choice is 1, insert, because that's what we want for the first option. So if that's the first option, we are going to add. That means we are going to insert something. If the elif choice is 2, we are going to display. Elif choice is 3, we are going to
clear.
Elif choice is 4, we are going to
quit.
Else print, sorry, that is not an option.
Yeah.
Yep. If we somehow if we say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, obviously that will not be the option. Okay. So if you any questions if you've got, Jack?
So do you want me to work on a game during this week?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
That would be great, because we will be saving our time by doing that.
Yeah.
Yes. Instead of that, we will cover our next lesson, which is the next lesson will be about the next lesson will be about Caesar cipher, that means we'll make a basic message encoder and decoder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be, it will help us do that if you are able to do your, week 8 assignment during this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions on this one?
No.
All good?
Yep.
Okay. So we're good to go. We've covered a lot this lesson. It's because we were not working side by side. So yeah, that helped a bit. At least I hope you understood most of the things. And I would really like you to work on this one. Just try a bit. Try to, append or inserting in your to-do list if you've not done that before, right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so try to create a file, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, with your expertise.
I'll see y'all.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, Jan. I'll see
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.